like the David Attenborough of drummers.
Yeah, South End, crispy big band squeeze are about to go on stage. They're all Velcros.
Yeah,
These are.
I know.
It's got 3 bits of it. You have to.
That's
I like them.
they are nice stands.
Especially when I'm doing a gig down the pub.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we all good?
We're good to go.
Okie dokie.
Go for it.
Okay, so. Ready? Okay, right. Pete from Sound Attack, the famous drum shop, as always. How are you, my old mate? Because we ain't seen each other for such a long time.
I don't think I've seen you for 15 years now.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Mid-20. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
Where you been?
Running the business. I'm trying to run a bloody business, yeah. But listen, real privilege for me tonight because I'm a bit of a Squeeze fan. So, and I've been following the tour. Follow you as well because I've always rated your drumming. And you're doing a fantastic job with this band. You really are. Along with your sidekick, Steve.
How lucky am I? I mean, come on, it's dream drummer job, isn't it?
You told me when we was coming down that elevator, and you said, "Oh, I've got a job and I'm playing with Squeeze." And I thought, "God, you lucky bugger."
No, yeah.
So yeah, good on you.
Myself.
You've got a beautiful kit.
Yes, I have.
And I notice it's nice to see pro drummers gigging with proper vintage kit as well.
I used to take new drums out on the road, and then I would keep these in the studio. And I thought, no, I'm going to gig them. I'm going to give them the experience, and then they'll have all that energy in them for when they're in the studio as well. You know? And it's the right thing to do. So I've got this, I've got one here, I've got one in America, exactly the same, but blue, and I've got a see-through one as well.
Vistalite, yeah.
Yeah, which
Nice.
is lovely. All 60s and 70s.
Yeah. Vistalite's fabulous because it's got like, it's a one, I always think they're a bit of a one-trick pony. They've got
They
one
are.
sound, they mic up great.
They
bass
do.
drum's
In the
phenomenal.
studio, when people want that sort of sound, yeah. Live, I prefer the wood.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I like to
definitely.
get
You
the
do
wood.
more with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And also, of course, what you need is your small little toms above your hi-hat for the...
Well, these are the Vistalites,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
For the Squeeze gig, that's quite important.
Oh, yeah, you
because
need them.
there's lots of parts that are on those, but I like the variation between the 16 up to the 8 like that.
And cymbal-wise, what are you using?
Well, I'm obviously a Zildjian man through and through. I've been for years and years. The K Custom hybrids, amazing. So that ride does every job. So you can jazz it out here and then you can rock it in the middle. I've got the hybrid K Custom hybrid hats as well.
What's going on the bottom hat?
Oh yeah, it's got a transformer. So it's got another symbol under it. It sort of dirts it up a bit. This is, I don't know what this is called, but it's amazing. It hasn't got a bell. It's called, it's a trash smash. So it's no.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It hasn't got a bell. This is an like a K effects, and that's just a irregular symbol there.
Yeah. Cool stuff. And triggering, what do you use?
Roland SBD,
SBD,
which is it's got little bits of noises that nobody plays.
Sure.
Bit of keyboardy sort of, bit of weird voices and stuff like that. Got to remember to hit it in the right place.
And you do a bit of BV as well, which is all right.
I do, yeah. But well, you'll talk to Steve in a minute. He's the BV king.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Hardware-wise, I noticed you've got a very lazy drum tech, so you're using nice lightweight stuff.
I really like them. I like the look of them. Yeah. And it's like we were saying, I mean, I used to be tied up with Yamaha. I went into a shop and bought them because they're brilliant. Yeah. I mean, we have to go back to shops.
Exactly.
That's what I want to say on camera.
Yeah, good, man.
Go back to shops because on a Friday night when I need a pair of sticks, there soon won't be any shops. So I'm just like, I pay more money than I would on Amazon, but you're not going to pick a head up on a Friday night, are you?
I appreciate that,
I'm
mate.
mad about something that we've all got to do, yeah.
Bit of a sad night tonight because it's the last one of the tour.
Well, yeah, we've just done 27 shows. It's sad. It'll be sad because it's a tight knit. We're all friends, and everybody in the crew. We all really get on, and it will be sad, but I'll be ready to have a couple of nights off.
Yeah, a couple of jars.
Couple of down the pub, yeah.
And last but not least, what do you use pedal-wise?
I've got a Pearl pedal.
Right.
I don't know which one it is. They're £100. And I went and bought 4 because I like it. It's lightweight.
Probably just that little.
It's completely never broken. Yeah, because I did have the Yamaha ones, but they're massive and they're heavy. So, yeah.
Sometimes all you need is like a little single chains. It just does the job.
Doesn't it? I can only play one anyway.
Feels positive under the foot.
Yes.
How did you start? How did you get into drumming? What kind of?
Well, I saw a video of a percussionist called Steve Smith, when I was
yeah, I've
really
heard of
young.
him.
Yeah, I was about 9, and he had his own video, and I watched him. I thought, I'm going to do that, but I wasn't good enough to be a percussionist because my hands are too big. So Steve Smith, no, I like John Bonham, I like Ian Pace. This is a secret, I like Phil Collins as a drummer, not as a singer, strictly as a drummer. He was the most amazing swingy drummer, and I rated it. He could swing a straight beat somehow. I still really don't know how he does it, but he was a.
Yeah, because there was that video, wasn't there, where they were doing all the big band stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Of all of the players.
Yeah, but he played rock music with a swing.
Yeah,
I think that was an important
big
thing.
Brand X stuff.
Yeah, Brand X was amazing. Saw them, Retford Porterhouse, 1979.
And you were telling me you used to work at Hammersmith
I
Odeon.
did. I was a stagehand at Hammersmith Odeon. Yeah, and we played there last Saturday. So I was like, way, it's come full circle.
Love it. Simon, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Mate. Absolutely
So
brilliant.
good to see you.
You too, fella.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
too. Have a good one tonight.
Brilliant. Thank
Good
you.
stuff. Right. Okay.
Right, it's all rolling, so just...
Good stuff.
To be honest, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm absolutely privileged to be in the company of the one and only Sir Steve Smith. You wouldn't normally associate a percussionist being with Squeezed. I don't know why. I mean, people, only because what people have told me, it's not my perception, because I think percussion works in all genres of music, no matter what you're playing, there's room for it. And I don't know, from a drummer's perspective, when you've worked with a percussionist, and then the percussionist isn't there, all of a sudden it's, oh crikey, you know, there seems to be a void.
Yeah, I think the first thing, certainly with music like Squeeze, is, you know, the songs and supporting the songs, and then, you know, the brilliant stuff that Simon does. I'm just there to kind of accent and fill in the gaps. I mean, if you listen to the music, there's percussion on a lot of the Squeeze songs, more than you realise. Yeah. And that's, you know, something when I got the gig, I studied the songs, I knew them to sing along to, but then actually getting into the mechanics of the songs, you realise that there's stuff going on in there, even if it is a little bit quiet in the mix. So, you know, for everybody in the band, I mean, you know, on a song like Labelled with Love, I can't do anything. You know, it's just, that's all you can do, because the song has to breathe.
That's right, yeah. In actual fact, of all the songs, I would imagine that's one song tempo-wise, you know, that you'd have to really get right, because it's got such a lazy kind of feel to it, that number.
It's one of my favourites in the set, because it's just an incredible lyric, and the performance is just, I feel blessed to be on the stage every night.
It's great, that's because of the job you love, you know.
It is, yeah, it really is. I absolutely got the best job in the world.
If you can just take us through what you're using, obviously I can see you using LP Galaxy, Giovanni, congas and bongos.
Yeah.
You're using synthetic heads, or?
So they are. I mean, if I'm in the studio, I'll always try and use, you know, the actual hide. My kit in America, there's a great maker in Tennessee, Manito, and you know, you tell him what you want, and he'll say what he's just delivered and stuff. You know, down to the measurements. Obviously, for the cracking kind of highs, you know, there's a difference than if you want the kind of belly, the kind of lower tones. But for touring, because of warm venues, cold trucks, you know, the synthetics, they are the best.
Nothing worse than the first number, you're reaching for the wrench, going, come on up, you bugger.
Oh, the amount of times that's happened, when you open the case and there's a split, and you know, even if you do have a spare, you know it's going to be an hour or so, and yeah, so these definitely are the way forward.
Great stuff. And your hand cymbals you're using, Zildjian again?
Yeah, this one, funny enough, is discontinued, which I'm devastated. But so this is the Azuka hand and stick crash. I had one of these, and it lasted 18 years. So that was great, and it went on me a few years ago, and this was the last one at the factory in Norwell in Massachusetts. So I grabbed that. But actually spoke to Bob from Zildjian yesterday, and he said he's going to have a look, see if there is any more, because I use it on everything. I use it with sticks, I use it with a hand as it was designed, you know, and I use it with the mallets, and you know, the way that taper is there, so you can hit it with your hand without breaking. Yeah, even though my hands are a mess, but it has a beautiful kind of...
Yeah, it's soft, isn't it, as well? It's
yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, the way that taper comes in and stuff. But I use it, you know, all the time, and certainly on this gig. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the usual percussionist setup. You know, LP in Dulce for many years. These are my Giovanni's. They're 20 years now. I have a set of these in the States. Just got my hands on some fiberglass, some actual probably late 70s. Palisades Park ones that Martin Cohen was making out of his garage in New Jersey, and I've been after them for ages and got them. They're in the States. They're the ones with the Manito heads, so they're only going to be used for studio over there. They're tucked away. I'd like to get them out on certain shows, but got some great stuff here that's not. This is SM Percussion. Found these guys on Instagram actually, right. And. It's just got a real nice kind of, and he hand makes all of them, and that's his clap stack. So just to get a different kind of sound on some of the songs that we're doing. There's an auxiliary snare there on a couple of the songs. The mini timbales, and then just a range of stuff. And I get to colour things in great ways, hopefully.
Brilliant. And also, Simon says you're very, very good with BVs, so backing vocals.
I don't know about that, but I do my best.
Good man, good man. What actually started you into getting into percussion? Did you start off as a drummer, or did you go straight into percussion?
I was always listening, and I was always curious. Elder brothers and sisters playing Santana or Little Feat, you know, Sam Clayton for me. I was just thinking, what is that? It's not the drum kit. And I'd seen, you know, earliest memories watching or seeing T-Rex on TV and thinking there's the congas. But then, funny enough, I was at school and there was only one drum kit in the drum room and a whole host of like handheld percussion. And I was in the same class as Alan White, Steve White's younger brother. Okay. And he'll know this. You can't get near a drum kit, or you couldn't get near a drum kit when we was like in our teens. So at lunch break, Alan would be on the kit, and I think, well, I'm going to do something. So I'll be, and that's kind of percussion. And I left school, and I just thought, actually, I can't keep time like, you know, the wonderful Simon Hansons of the world. So I'll try and do stuff that's out of time, and then say it's called, you know, it's synchronization, and yeah, it started very early on for me.
Brilliant. And so the influences really were kind of like Little Feat and Santana. And
yeah, big time. Yeah.
What a band Little Feat were.
Unbelievable. Still listen to them to this day, and it just, you know, that kind of thing. Because with Santana, it's more traditional, you know, but you know, with Sam Clayton, so it's just beautiful, supporting what the and that's pretty much what I do to this day. Whatever the good man, the talented one in the band's playing, you know, I just kind of mess in and around. Talent.
Yeah, mate. Listen, you two, thank you so much for doing this for us.
Thank you for having us.
We really do appreciate it. We really do. And yeah, have a great show tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant tour.
We'll catch up real soon. Yeah, bless your hearts. Thank you again. Yeah. Cheers. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
All right, my old darling.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Stuff. Yeah,
Nice one.
thanks, mate.